This is where the action is. In year 2002, Maxim will reach over $2 billion in sales. A portion of that business, a major portion of that, will come from markets that are just embryonic, specifically the fiber optics market and the wireless communications market. Maxim is a leader in that technology. We will be a leader in year 2002.
There are many product areas that I'm excited about at Maxim. The ones that come to mind, a few of these might be products we're doing, for example, for high resolution flat panel displays. Products we're doing for management of heat in notebook PCs, because that has become a problem recently. Products we're doing for set-top boxes, for satellite receivers, for example. Products we're doing for high integration RF transceivers at high frequencies. Products that will enable another generation of size reduction, for example, in cell phones, so that hopefully you won't even feel the weight of these things anymore.
Most digital processes, all you have to do is make a transistor. In analog, you have to make two transistors that are pretty far apart on the wafer. You have to match them within 1%. Or you have to make two resistors on the same wafer, reasonably far apart, that you have to match them within 0.1%. There aren't a whole lot of people who know how to do that.
Maxim has the technology, first of all, that enables our engineers, our creative engineers, to be able to design products that are ahead of everybody else.
The reason we require submicron capabilities, we want to have industry-leading technology, and that we've been able to do. We've developed technologies that are industry-leading mixed-signal technologies that are being built in a Class 1 clean room, which is the state-of-the-art clean room, probably better than any other semiconductor analog company that we compete against.
As a pioneer in the analog business, beginning at Fairchild Semiconductor in 1965 and starting the first analog business in the world, I've had considerable experience with startup companies. I was the founder of Advanced Micro Devices. I have managed as CEO a company called Intercell. The point of telling you this is that Maxim is different. Maxim was started to realize a goal of mine, and that was to create an environment where young men and women could prosper through selling engineering solutions to analog problems.
The environment at Maxim is very competitive. It's people who have been successful in other walks of life, whether in their personal life or their professional lives. You're surrounded by people who are successful.
Why is Maxim successful? Maxim does the same thing in product development or in wafer fab, in manufacturing and test, wherever it is. And it goes back to Maxim's principles, and that's part of Maxim's culture. Maxim's culture says, the first principle says, don't accept the status quo. The second says, question everyone and everything.
Maxim is actually totally different from any other company I've worked for. There's a lot less structure at Maxim, and so there's more flexibility.
At Maxim, our most important resource are people. We have $300 or $400 million in the bank. We've got 10 or 15 buildings. We've probably got $1 billion in assets. You could strip us naked of those assets. And if those people, our people remained and remained motivated, we would be right back where we are. We sell intellect, we sell engineering. Our people are committed. They have outperformed and will continue to outperform their peers in the industry. I equate the difference between an analog mixed signal designer and a digital designer analogously to a neurosurgeon versus a general practitioner.
Talent and dedication are very quickly recognized at Maxim. As for myself, I became a director, was promoted to director in less than 3 years with the company.
And also in a company that grows, there's tremendous opportunities for promotion. You know, when I started out at Maxim, I was doing probably the lowliest job in the wafer fab. You know, there was a job that nobody else would touch, and I said, fine, I'll do it. I got in there and I did it. And in Maxim, there's absolutely no doubt that when you do a job that needs to be done, and with no matter what it is, whether it's fixing a copier or, you know, fixing a process, if you do it and you do it well, you get rewarded and you get promoted.
This is the place to be if you're an engineer and you want to develop products. We understand how to do that. We understand how to define products, how to develop them, and how to merchandise them. We have defined, designed, and sold more new products in the last 12 years than any other company in the world.
What is the mission for Maxim? To make new products, to make it be the cost leader. Right? The CEO of Maxim tells it over and over again, I will make Maxim the most innovative company. I'm going to make more products than anybody else ever does.
This is a company where engineers work and live. These engineers have produced 1,500 new products in the last 12 years.
We have a great system of teaching all our engineers how to design these products. We take them through all the steps, teach them the tricks of the game, and in addition to that, we provide them with the technology that is really enabling for them, so they can put their ideas, put their creativity into silicon.
A lot of the top managers and also middle managers mentor their colleagues, younger colleagues. And what we do is we look at these people as being the next generation, if you would, of employees that will come in and step into my shoes, into our shoes.
The extreme professionalism and professionals that we have hired in the years that the company has grown, these people will further your career very fast because they provide you a mentorship that is very difficult to get from anywhere else.
Yes, it takes a little while to become proficient at being an analog designer, but with Maxim's mentoring and tutoring program, this does happen with a high degree of success. Maxim is a company that has been, is, and will be owned by its employees. 75% of the stock is owned by employees. This is unheard of.
Because Maxim has grown faster than the industry average and continues to grow, we see it in the growth of our stock ownership in the company through the employee stock option plan and also through our employee stock purchase plan. We're all owners in the company.
At Maxim, we have several hundred analog designers, and it might shock you to know that most of them who've been with the company over 5 years have made over $1 million. When Maxim was started in 1983, the analog market was less than $2 billion in sales. Today, the market we participate in is a $13 billion market, and in year 2002, the market will exceed $25 billion. For young men and women joining Maxim today, the opportunities for growth and a fine career are much greater than they were if you would have joined the company 10 years ago.
I get a lot of young guys coming into my office and asking me the same question. Why should I join Maxim? And I think back to when I first joined Maxim. It was about 10 years ago. And if I look back over the last 10 years, I can honestly say that there's never been a dull moment at Maxim.
You're constantly learning. It's an ever evolving world at Maxim. What worked 6 months ago isn't going to work today. Isn't going to work tomorrow, right? I mean, we're constantly changing and upgrading and reinventing what we do.
If you come out of school and you're looking for a place where you will get out of a company equal to or more than what you put into, Maxim is certainly a place where you can accomplish that.
If one wants to design products that reach a world-class market, Maxim is the place to be in terms of learning how to do that and then seeing your products in the market being used by all of the major corporations in the world because of their engineering value.